October 7th, 2024. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Shepherd?
Present.
Mr. Santos?
Here.
Mrs. Beaver? Here.
All right, we're going to start with introductions. To my right, I have our administrator, Mark D'Appolito. He's also our road superintendent. Our zoning inspector, Darren Cavalli. Our police chief, Mr. Gavalier. Our fire chief, Mr. Schertzer. Our park superintendent is Todd Schaefer. Representing the senior center, Mr. Henshaw. I have our wonderful fiscal officer, Lloyd Wolf. I have our fellow trustee, Monica Beavers. Trustee Bouchapis, and I am trustee Robert Santos. Feels like forever since we did that. When was the last time we had a meeting? It didn't feel like it's been like months.
And with everybody.
And with everybody, it just feels like, when was the last time we did this?
There's not as many people here, but I guess we
I have a motion to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of September 9th, 2024.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Santos?
Yes.
Mrs. Beaver?
Yes.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
All right, we're going to start with public comments. Does anyone who wishes to speak, please approach the podium and state your name and address.
Hey, I'm Alan Zuge. I live at 3815 Hunter Avenue. I'm here on behalf of the Zodiac Club. Apparently, they don't have any laws or limits down there. They just drink out of the parking lot all night long. I don't know if they have a liquor license or not, but there's a bottle of tequila sitting down there right now, you know. So I don't know what's being done about it. It's just probably going to get out of hand again, you know, like it usually does.
Last week, our officers in the Department of Public Safety, the Liquor Control Division went in there and inspected it. They found several violations in there. They are citing them. We cited for obstruction, and the fire department also is taking action on them. So something is being done. Just our hands are tied so much, and we have to go through the process. And they do have a liquor license down there. And they can stay open as long as they want if they're just serving food down there. But again, the liquor department, state liquor agents came in and cited civil violations down there. And talked to the owner that owns the building. He is also working to get them out of there.
Thank you. Anyone else? All right. Start out with the administrator report. Oh, I totally said that wrong. Administrator report.
Well, on the administrative side, we are working right now kind of between, well, we've had good weather so far. We're preparing for the seasons to switch, which means we're kind of working on clearing out surplus property. See if there's motions before you tonight, and closing out projects for the year, getting some of our grant requests back in and closing out projects still. So that's about it going on the administration side right at this very moment. Along with that theme, I would ask for a motion under the road department and cemetery to approve the second amendment to sub-award agreement between the Board of Mahoning County Commissioners and Austintown Township. This agreement will provide for additional time to implement the project. This is relates to the storm sewer replacement projects we did last summer, as well as the street sweeper purchase. This is still the same street sweeper we've been talking about, but production delays push delivery out until the end of December right now. Still monitoring that and hoping that that's the final delay, because that would still put it on the road for next spring. And then the next, I guess you just want to take that motion.
So moved.
Second.
Mrs. Beaver?
Yes.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mr. Santos?
Yes.
And the next motion here is a motion to approve the first addendum to sub-award agreement between Board of Commissioners of Mahoney County and Austintown Township. This agreement will provide for additional time to implement the project, which is the Wilcox Road Detention Pond rehabilitation. Some additional time was necessary because we got a favorable bid on the project, which freed up some grant funding, so we were able to address the fence around 3 sides of the retention pond as well. So we're going to replace the rusty chain link with a hot dipped black metal fence. It's the last time that anyone's going to do any maintenance there for a very, very long time. And we had the funding available through a grant, so we wanted to make it look as nice as we could. So that we're going to need a little extra time to get that work done. But they did start that fence today.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mr. Santos?
Yes.
Mrs. Stevens? Yes.
Nothing else, sir?
And that concludes our report, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving off to the police department, Chief Cavalier.
The only thing I want to add is, a couple of weeks ago, our officers stopped a van with California plates down near the interstate, or on the interstate. Had a call from Walgreens reference of possible theft. And long story short, the van had over $11,000 worth of products from Walgreens around this area. And occupants of the vehicle were from Romania, living in New Jersey. And they're hitting the Walgreens in Michigan and Ohio the past couple of years, stealing hundreds of thousands of products from the store. So we were able to hopefully put an end to it.
Then you have a motion to approve dispatch service agreement between Austintown Township and Ellsworth Township for the 2025 to 2027 term.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Santos?
Yes.
Mrs. Stevens? Yes. Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Right, they're going, we're gonna need a new dispatch center. We can get any more else than the people.
Yeah, Ellsworth's been with us, we're just renewing the contract.
All right, move on to the fire department. Chief Schertzer.
Just the motion number one, to put on these two gentlemen as part-time probationary firefighters contingent on passing their pre-employment screenings. That's all I have this month.
So moved.
Second. Mr. Santos?
Yes.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mrs. Stevens? Yes.
Move on to zoning, Darren Valley.
I would ask the board to approve a nuisance resolution under Ohio Revised Code 5.87 and declare 2543 Amberley, 4457 Berkey, and 4980 New Road for high grass and weeds, 4140 Death, 4146 Fountain Square Drive, dumpster overflowing the trash, that's the occurrence on New Road. And then 3645 Nottingham, trash and debris, and 3019 Red Gate, just unknown things wrong with that. I'm going to ask Captain Miller to look at that as a potential demo.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mrs. Stevens? Yes. Mr. Santos?
Yes.
And then I'd ask the board to approve a motion to find the following motor vehicles to meet all the following criteria: 3 model years of order, only inoperable, and extensively damaged, including but not limited to any of the following: missing wheels, tire, engine, transmission, and third following vehicle public nuisance under Ohio Revised Code 5.871 in order to removal of the junk vehicle within 14 days after served to the property owner. 5603 London Drive, Main Hole, Blanchford, 150 with expired license plate, HEC. 5725 Park exposed manner within the drive.
So moved.
Second. Second.
Mrs. Stevens? Yes. Mr. Santos?
Yes.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
And then I would ask the board to approve a motion to adopt a resolution attached and made part of the minutes of the meeting pursuant to Ohio Revised Code 505.86 for the removal demolition of the fueling station located at 702 North Green Road, Said property being further described as parcel 48-036-0-034, Great Lot 5, based on the building being declared insecure, unsafe, or structurally defective by the Austintown Township Fire Inspector. That is the gas station at the corner of North Meridian and Crum Road that's been vacant, I think, since '09. I've got a title search ordered, I don't have it yet, but right now we're just looking to take down the building. The tanks are still on the ground. You got the canopy overhead and the fuel dispensers. And talks with Captain Miller, and we're just going to focus on the building right now. And then I'm going to copy Bureau underground storage tanks to the state of Ohio on correspondence. Then we'll see where the title search takes us in terms of bankruptcy or potential ownership. You guys have declared this a nuisance 3 or 4 times a year for the previous boards for however long. And my letters seem to always come back to me. So we'll see where this goes. But right now, we intend to take the building down. If we do, probably won't be till January, February next year. I've got other demolition projects ahead of it, but we'll see what happens.
So moved.
Second. Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mrs. Seaver?
Yes.
Mr. Sanchez?
Yes.
And that's all I have.
Mr. Schaefer? Anything?
Yeah, at the end of September, we closed down the splash pad. Keep getting questions about the tennis courts and the pickleball courts. We'll probably leave those open through October, as long as there's no snow flying before November 1st. Come November 1st, we'll probably start closing everything else down. I'd like to thank Sheila Kroll Dickinson and her committee. Last Tuesday, they had the pink out from Mahoney Valley out at the park. And I understand they had some bands and food and some other tents selling things. And it was pretty well attended, and it was a good time. Of course, it was something near and dear to my heart. They want to keep coming back every year to have this, make this event bigger. So I'd like to thank them for the event that they had. I would also like to thank Austintown Junior Women's League. If you remember last month, they put up the teal ribbons for Ovarian Cancer Month, Awareness Month. They came and took all those ribbons down and then put pink ribbons up throughout the park for October, which is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So again, this group has always helped the park out. I couldn't do half the things I do without them out there and their support. I'd also like to thank Trustee Evers and State Farm Agent Jamie Saccone for the concrete play table that was put into the playground last Friday. Took a few pictures of it, put it on the Facebook page. We normally get a couple dozen comments, anytime I post something. This one, the last time I looked, we were at like 230 comments. That post blew up.
Positive comments.
Pardon me?
Positive comments.
Oh, positive, yes. Everybody was very excited about it. A lot of people said they can't wait to bring out their checker pieces and their chess pieces and play on it. So I would like to thank those two for that addition to our playground. It looks like it's going to be a big hit. The last few weeks we've had a couple cross-country meets. Every Sunday we have flag football. We had the pink out last Tuesday, so the park has been used pretty hard after all that rain. So we know right now it looks a little rough. We're working on it each day to get the ruts filled and all the other minor damage. Nothing major, but we've had some minor damage here and there. Probably this week, as long as we don't get any rain, we'll get all that stuff cleaned up. And just want to remind everybody, the holiday market is November 10th at Stacy Pavilion from 11 to 4. That'll be inside the Stacy and outside. And like I said, that's the holiday market for Thanksgiving and Christmas. That's all I have.
Thank you. Anyone have anything, Todd? Thank you. Mr. Henshaw, the Senior Center?
Okay. We just completed a member survey, and we
had 79 responses, and I'm happy to say they were all positive except one. And people are very high on what the senior center offers. They have a few interesting suggestions that we're going to probably act upon in the future. But we felt pretty good about the results of the survey. And the other thing is the DAV has moved their office out of the senior center. They've been there for a number of years now. And we're all excited because we can do something we've been wanting to do for quite some time, and that is to use that office space as a quiet room. We will move our massage chairs into that, and I'm in the market looking for a good VR, a virtual reality system, because at some of the seminars and people that we've gone to, a lot of senior centers are using VR as a great therapeutic tool. It helps with Alzheimer's patients, dementia, and it just makes it an all-around feel-good thing. You can do everything from fly a jet fighter, like you're really in the fighter flying it, to touring the Louvre Museum in Paris. So we're looking forward to trying to get that put together in the near future.
Thank you. That was awesome there. Lower the age to 43. Fiscal Officer Lori Wolf.
I don't have anything to add, just that I've been looking at the budgets and just making sure we're where we need to be right now. And so we have done some projects at the end of the year.
All right, I have a motion to accept the September report submitted from the board for review, A through E, as so written in the minutes. So moved.
Second. Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mr. Santa?
Yes.
Mrs. Seaver? Yes.
We also have a motion to certify the Mahoney County Auditor that the spreadsheet entitled Austintown Township Lighting District is an accurate account of the properties and includes all costs incurred in providing maintenance and / control to those who are in a lighting district. The Board of Trustees request the Mahoney County Auditor place the cost as listed upon the tax certificates of the listed properties. The cost will be a lien upon the land from and after the date of entry. The cost shall be returned to the township and placed in the Township Lighting District Fund.
And these costs are based on actual electric bills that we get for all the streetlights. So there's nothing extra unusual or anything about it. I can take each electric bill and break it down by district.
This is something that's been done for decades, for as long as we've had that district.
Yeah. So moved.
Second.
Mr. Santos?
Yes.
Mrs. Severs? Yes. Mr. Shepherd?
Yes. And I have a motion to increase the communications revenue and appropriations by $840,000.
Yeah, it just, in looking at the reports today, didn't budget enough for the money that's coming in from other communities. So we're able to do that, raise that, and then increase appropriations to cover the bills for the rest of the year.
So moved.
Second. Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mrs. Severs? Yes. Mr. Santos?
Yes. Okay, we have some new business. All right. A motion pursuant to ORC 9.15 to certify that James Specta Jr. was an indigent person in that has income not exceeded 150% of the federal property line as revised annually by the United States Department of Health and Human Services in accordance with Section 6732 of the Omnibus Budget Reconciliation Act of 1981, 95 Stat 51142, USC 9902 as amended for a family size equal to the size of the person's family. Second.
Mrs. Severs? Yes. Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mr. Santos?
Yes. All right, I have a motion to change November 4th meeting due to Tuesday's November 5th, Election Day, and 11/11 being Veterans Day, to November 18th, immediately following our public staff meeting at 5:30 p.m.
Collaborate on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
The reason why we've changed this is we will have all the machines in here November 4th, and we feel that it's best that we don't have anybody in here at that time, so that's why So if anybody's really wondering why, we just felt that it would be more safe and efficient wise to do that. So I just wanted to make sure everybody understood why we were doing that. And then the following Monday is Veterans Day. So it pulled us all the way to the 18th. It's not like we don't like to be here in front of you guys. So I just want you to know that we're not stalling a meeting or anything like that. It was just the way the Mondays fell out. Anybody else? Anybody? Second?
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mr. Santos?
Yes.
Mrs. Peters?
Yes.
I have a motion pursuant to Ohio Revised Code 505.10, defining attached list of surplus items of property are not needed for public use, are obsolete, or are unfit for the use for which it was acquired, and the fair market value is in excess of $2,500, so that the property shall be sold by online auction.
So moved.
Second.
Mrs. Peters?
Yes.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mr. Santos?
Yes. And I have a motion pursuant to Ohio Revised Code 505.10, defining attached list of surplus items of property are not needed for public use, are obsolete, or are unfit for use for which it was acquired, and the fair market value is less than $2,500, so that the property shall be sold online auction.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Shepherd?
If I may just address you guys on that one. So the prior two motions there relate to the vehicles you see sitting out front over here, as well as a couple of pallets of obsolete equipment that the mechanics have rounded up in their shop. We're working with them to identify surplus. Largely, we're running out of garage space and need more room to function, and also to get some return on, items that are no longer serving our needs. With that being said, I know our fire department also has a vehicle up on municipals. That's where you can find our surplus auctions at this time. They're offering us the best rate of return at the moment. So check them out if you're interested in any of our old supplies.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mr. Santos?
Yes.
Mrs. Peters?
Yes.
I think you can explain this one too, Mark. A motion pursuant to Ohio Revised Code 9.48, joint purchasing programs to ratify and approve membership in the Sourcewell Cooperative Purchasing Program.
All right, so a number of years ago, the legislature amended the code to allow us to purchase items in excess of $75,000 in a couple different ways. One way is by putting our own bid pack together and actually publicly bidding it. So we pay for the advertising, we pay for the whole process, we pay for an engineer to write specs. The next way is the state of Ohio has a list of items that they bid every year, and then we can purchase off of that list. And another way are these private cooperative purchasing outfits, such as Sourcewell, and there's a few other ones, but Sourcewell is the main one. So what they do is they go out and across the country deal with vendors, and they actually conduct a public bid. So if I need a $75,000 worth of roofing nails, they go out and bid roofing nails, and then when you need something, you can work through the cooperative purchasing to utilize the items that they've already publicly bid. So the nature of the statute, everything comes from a public bid at some point. This just alleviates the need, those last two options alleviate the need for the township to spend excess funds on engineers and advertising bids and going through the whole process. It's also more expedient. So what I like to do is I like to look at those and see, do I actually think that's a reasonable price, or can I do better bidding on our own? Most of the time, the cooperative purchasing is the most economical.
So moved.
Second.
Mrs. Peters?
Yes.
Mr. Santos?
So could I be, throw a wrench in this if you don't mind?
Yeah.
Does this have to get voted on today, or is this going to wait to the next meeting and give us an opportunity to look further? Maybe I missed this in the email. I haven't had a chance to look into this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
I
have
must have
any,
missed it on, I didn't see it on this page.
that's okay.
So,
Yeah, I don't have any eminent
purchases.
Don't get me wrong, I trust you wholeheartedly, I really do, I agree with, I'm pretty sure I'm probably gonna say yes, but I would feel more comfortable voting on it after I
Okay.
spend a day looking at it, I mean, if that's okay with,
We're gonna table it.
is that okay with the motion to table this to our next meeting?
All right.
So
Mr.
moved.
Shepherd?
Yes, I'll so move it.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mr. Cantor?
Yes.
Mrs.
Yes.
Chambers?
Thank you. I have remarks on the board, we'll start with Trustee Rivas.
Oh, okay. First of all, I want to thank the Austintown Fire Department. I hear they were out with kindergartners today, is that true?
K-1, 2,
Yes. Okay, I'm sorry.
well, tomorrow, I'm sorry, it was kindergartners today.
Oh,
Tomorrow,
I was right.
tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. It's this week, yeah, tomorrow there
Well,
will
my
be first grade, I
grandson
believe, and then.
my grandson was very excited, and I just want to thank you for going out there and displaying that to our children of Austintown. They love it, they enjoy it, and I appreciate you going out there. I have a few comments. We have our trunk or treat coming up. That's this end of this month. It's Saturday the 26th at the Stacy Pavilion from 3:30 to 5:30. We hope that, we had spoke about this last time. We had over 2,200 children, I think it was last year. Am I right, Robert?
2,300.
22 or 2,300 that went through our trunk or treat. So as of now, we'll have Molnar's also there and about 22 trunks, if I'm right.
About 22, yes.
Okay, I also wanted to talk about Austintown Fitch Library. Fitch Library has a haunted library and activities this year, October 29th and October 30th, from 5 to 8. I'm not sure if they've done this before, but I've noticed that they're having it, and I wanted to make it public so that everybody realizes that it's, for kids, it's $3, and adults, it's $5, and they have a haunted library, so that gives the children something else to do. Today, my mom and I went down to Fellowship Gardens, Riverside Gardens, and Austintown Junior Women's League participated in making scarecrow. And there's several local organizations that make these scarecrows, and they're in the Rose Garden, like off by the water fountain there. And there's got to be about 30 of them, and every organization made a different scarecrow. And it's really nice to go out and take a walk through there because we get a nice fall day. And they're out there until October 31st. I just wanted to make everybody aware of this. And of course, you can see we're all in pink today, and nobody fights alone. So, of course, this is breast care awareness, and we just want everyone to know that we're here. And I appreciate everybody being here and listening to us and caring about Austintown. Thank you.
Mr. Shepherd?
I'd like to thank, obviously, the parks for the good job that you do, and the police and fire. I was able to go to a couple of trunk or treats, and I noticed that you guys were there. And I think the children in the community appreciates that our police and fire are active in our community at every time of the year, no matter what's going on in the community. And we're looking forward to the 26th as well, the trunk or treat. And that's all. Thank you.
Ditto, what they said, trying to figure out how to word this. Obviously, being an elected official, there's a lot of naysayers. I just want to put it out there. If you guys have any questions or concerns about anything that's done in the township, I think we've all provided a phone number wholeheartedly to answer some questions that may have been put out there recently. One in particular is to our lack of care for the park. Those of you who come to the meetings all the time, you see everything we do for the park. Todd Schaefer and his crew does a phenomenal job. The road department comes out there and helps offset a few things. But some of the things that we've done just this past year for the park, as you guys know, we just expanded the park due to a capital budget grant that we received for about $148,000. Not to mention, we spent an additional $20,000 of our own park Westchester funds to expand that. Our last meeting, I think it was September 9th, we just approved an additional $61,000 of the Westchester funds to expand that playground even further for those for toddlers from 2 to 4 years old, because there was really no activities for kids of that age to go out there and enjoy our beautiful 250 plus acre park. We are progressing on this bathroom. I know it's been well before we were even running. So we're transparent in that. We spent about $7,500 to get some engineering reports. Obviously, we're working with EPA. We can't just go out there and do things that's going to cause EPA to come back and tell us that we're misusing funds or we got to redo the project. There's a set set steps that have to be followed. We're utilizing that. We spent about, I think it was $16,000 renovating 2 baseball fields that belong to the AGSL and ACB. We spent another, I think it was $20,000 fixing the Stacy Pavilion. The HVAC system came down. So I'm only telling you this, obviously, we all always hear bad things about officials. What I would ask, I'm sure, I think I know most of you, so I don't think I've met you yet, but I'm Robert, this is Bruce this morning. Feel free to give us a call if you have any questions. We are 100% transparent, all of our department heads are as well. If you guys like to see where your tax dollars are being used, we are your employees. Give us a call, we'd be happy to sit down over a cup of coffee and go over anything you guys have. So just wanted to answer that as well. I do want to express Mr. Swagger is back there. He's the president of the 9/11 Memorial. So September, we actually had a beautiful ceremony. He's done a great job on that. We might have another participant for next year that me and Bruce saw at the trunk or treat that Eaton Park had.
I reached out to.
You did? I don't know if we want to say it yet or not, but hopefully things will be great. We'll tell you, Sam, later.
It's exciting.
We're exciting. I think you'll be happy. So thank you for all the work you and your organization do. The Junior Women's League, thank you. You ladies are phenomenal. You definitely do a lot. You know, Monica's a part of you. You guys do a great job with everything you do. So other than that, thank you for coming. No, you're fine. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. And I think Mr. Shepard has one last thing.
Yeah, I was looking at my paperwork, and I wanted to mention that I believe tomorrow, every Austintown resident will be receiving what we're going to be calling our new annual newsletter. And it's pretty informative. It tells you a little bit about what's going on in each department, and there's some pie charts in the back, and it'll show you where your tax-paying dollars go. I think it's pretty important. It's very informative, and I'm glad that this board's doing that. Also, I'd like to mention, we had a police levy forum here a couple weeks ago. It wasn't heavily attended, but I will say this. 3 people in the audience that I did not know. 2 came up to me afterwards, and 1 came to me at the gym. And they said, Bruce, you guys did a fantastic job. The chief and his crew explained it very well. I answered a lot of tough questions, is what they said. And we changed 3 of their minds from a no to a yes. I could only wish that hundreds of people came out and heard what we had to say, and maybe we could have changed some more minds. However, we bought 500 yard signs, and they're all out. The FOP bought 500 yard signs with their own monies to support the levy, and they're all gone. There's a big demand for more, so we're extremely grateful to all of you. If you have any questions about the police levy, I strongly recommend going on YouTube and watching the forum. It's a little less than an hour long. It's very informative. There's some great questions asked, and some of those questions you may have as well. Or you can reach out to any one of us, and we'll be glad to answer any questions you have, whether it's after the meeting or whenever. Give me a call. Thank you.
Early voting, did I mention that already? Starts, I don't know if I mentioned it, starts tomorrow, so please vote.
Get out and vote.
Yeah, so the newsletter, I said it goes out tomorrow, but by the time it hits your mailbox, end of the week, maybe early next week, worst case. It's being mailed tomorrow.
Maybe next year.
Snail mail.
Depends on the mail, post office gets it. Right, is that everything?
Yes, thank you.
I have a motion to recess the executive session to discuss personnel issues.
So moved.
Second.
Mrs. Deaver?
Yes.
Mr. Shepard?
Yes.
Mr. Stanton?
Yes.